So we're back here with some more Raiders franchise action, and we're going to finish out season number 1, get through week 17, get through week 18, finish out the regular season. Since our season's pretty much done, after losing that game last week to Kansas City, a devastating loss at the end, Patrick Mahomes makes that big throw to Jerick McKinnon, we're done. You can see there's only really, 2 spots left in the AFC playoffs. Chargers right now at 12-3, Titans at 12-3, Bengals at 12-3, Ravens at 12-3. It's absolutely ridiculous. Chiefs 11-4, Bills will definitely get a spot, and they got the Jets right there at the last spot. Broncos probably right in there, so we play them week 18, final week of the season, so we can kind of spoil it for them. But with the Jags and Colts could possibly, I don't know, we'll see. They need a lot of luck, but right now, we are done losing those final 2 games. We're just going to play spoiler here, the final 2 games, and just go through these as quick as possible. So these are going to be quick games here. I'm not going to do kind of like a full thing like I did with the last one, even Chargers and Chiefs. We're just going to go quickly. Some highlights here. Well, it's, we'll still go through them decently. We're just not going to go, quick. But we're going to get through this, show some highlights here, taking on this Colts team. Anthony Richardson. We'll see the young superstar quarterback. Hopefully the Colts are hoping he can be. As Aiden O'Connell getting the final starts here this season. We're going to fire this one to Renfro. But that is going to be broken up. And the Colts, and here he comes. Richardson, let's see what the season he is having here so far. I haven't even checked his stats yet. 14 touchdowns, 17 picks. So interceptions a little high, but still obviously, I think he's still more of a work in progress as Max Crosby with a nice defensive play there. He'll improve in the pass game. And, his running ability obviously is fantastic, but you give him maybe a few weapons, which I think they definitely need. I mean, Jonathan Taylor will help, obviously, in the run game, and we'll see if they bring him back in this franchise. There's a good possibility they can. I was hoping they maybe not, but obviously they're just going to probably bring him back. Is Richardson with the run. Merrick trying to chase him down, and finally will, but he picks up a decent gain up to the 23-yard line. But you give Richardson some weapons. Solid tight end, some really, at least a solid big-time receiver. You have a piece there in Indianapolis. So it's just another team in the AFC. Is Max Crosby actually getting some pressure in this game? It's just another team in the AFC with a, could be very good quarterback. As that's a great play by Amari Burney, making the stop there on the screen. And that is going to force a long field goal attempt here for the Colts. Throw into the Texans. C.J. Stroud. I mean, the AFC is just ridiculous with the talent it right now has. And that's what makes this franchise even more, difficult, is just every team. It's just ridiculous, the quarterbacks in this AFC and the quarterbacks you're going to have to deal with from years to come. And right now, that's what we got to try to find. We got to try to find our quarterback. Is O'Connell the guy going forward? I'm not sure. I still think, I've said many times, we're probably going to bring in maybe, I know one guy that everybody wants to see us bring it in, and we're probably going to do is Josh Jacobs is in for the touchdown. And Jacobs is having a pretty good season for missing a lot of time, still having a solid season. But I'll tell you right now, there is one guy I've definitely going to give a second opportunity to, and I think you all know who I'm talking about there. Guy was a former top pick and just got cut. So I have a feeling he will be in free agency, so maybe give him a chance, O'Connell as well, and possibly a draft. So we're going to have a nice quarterback competition in the preseason. I actually can't wait to get that one going. As Crosby, have yourself a game finally. Only took him like 16 games to get going here. So that is a sack. Nothing for Indianapolis, and just still a 7-3 game here with 2 minutes left in this first half. As O'Connell stepping up, makes the throw to Jacoby Myers, and he's down the field for a first down to the 21-yard line. So that is the mindset right now. Obviously, thinking about the offseason, just get these 2 games over and done with, and go from there. As pressure coming on O'Connell, and he goes down. That is going to be a sack. So now a 2nd and 15. Just under a minute here in this first half of action. Play action, looking back as O'Connell firing underneath. That's going to be Myers again, has the catch, steps out of bounds, but now it's going to make this a 3rd and short. But now we got a 1st and goal here from the 6. O'Connell looking, has a man to the outside, and he misses him. Had Mayer for the touchdown. That was pretty easy. Way out in front of him. 3rd and goal now. O'Connell looking, trying to find something, just forces it up. It's going to fall incomplete. I mean, Adams wasn't even looking. So we had a field goal right before halftime, and it's a 10-3 lead. So we head into the second half as Jonathan Taylor really hasn't done anything in this game. He's been pretty much shut down, I would say. Nice tackle there from Amari Burney as he continues to rack up the stats. And really, here is Burney again, getting in there, making the stop. And with the tackle numbers that he's starting to put up, there is a chance. I know tackles weigh heavy in this game with awards and XP. So there could be a chance that he could be up there for Defensive Rookie of the Year. It's kind of crazy to think about. He has the pick. I think he has right now 2 to 3 sacks. And with the tackles he's putting up, it's a possibility. So that would be unbelievable if we get Amari Burney Rookie of the Year. And you can see coming through, and he's going to bring down Richardson for a sack. Man, this guy's really just unbelievable the way he has played here since coming up from the practice squad. You know, he almost made the team preseason, but just with the room decided to go elsewhere, and then he, you know what, why not bring him back up, and here you go. He is definitely taking advantage and being one of the best players on this defense, but he's going to get burnt there. So he still has obviously struggles in coverage, but I mean the speed he has, you just get that coverage up a little bit, he's going to be the absolute complete linebacker. As Tyree Wilson, another rookie backer there, he's going to make a nice stop. And a 4th down and 1 is Indy's going to go for it here from the 12. Hand off. They got room to run, and he's going to get the first down to the 5-yard line. So obviously, like I was saying earlier, thinking about the offseason, improving this defense, probably new quarterback, and we'll see. We have cap issues as well. So there's a good, it's going to really help with Garoppolo's contract off. That's an extra like $23 million. 3rd and goal to Jonathan Taylor to the outside. Burney's just so fast he overruns it. But they're going to be stuffed. 4th and goal. Do they decide to go for this one at the 2 or just kick the field goal? And they're going to go for it. So 4th and goal now from the 2-yard line. Richardson looking outside. Open man caught. Touchdown. And Indy's going to tie this game up at 10 apiece. But yeah, I mean, Jacobs still be around. Just going to have to really improve the defense. That's where it's got to start. And I would say offensive line as well. As wide open down the field is Trey Tucker. Catch down to the 36-yard line. And I'm hoping a better year from Trey Tucker. He's starting to improve here late in the season. You know, get him an offseason going. You see what he can do next year. That's going to be really interesting to see, as O'Connell's going to miss that pass. But man, if we can improve this defense, get the offensive line a little bit better, as man, that was poor offensive line play there, as DeForest Buckner just comes right through for the stop. I mean, we could be a solid team next year. We really can. Maybe possibly compete once again for one of those wild card spots. I don't know about the division, but if we can have a solid draft, a solid offseason, and improve that cap number, and I have to say maybe Devontae Adams could be on the trade block, chance to move up in the draft, as Richardson's going to have some pressure, and brought down, man, Max Crosby, have yourself a game, man. But I saw it mentioned before, and it is a possibility. I mean, Adams could not fit into this. Right now, he's about 30-31 as Crosby again. And he'll start to hit regression really at this age, too. Even though he is an X-Factor, and X-Factors is DeForest Buckner. So, speaking of X-Factors, the X-Factor D linemen are having a game here. Buckner and Crosby. But I know he will slowly, jeez, man, again with Buckner. We even doubled him this time. Take a look at this. We doubled him, and he just shoves everybody out of the way. Insane. But I know even with an X Factor, you will progress slowly, obviously slower than you would. But still, he'll hit that age where he's going to start to regress. And maybe this is the time. You know, we're kind of in that stage where we can go in another direction, get a high draft choice, get that cap number off it, and go from there. So that could be a possibility with Adams. I think it's real possibility. And obviously Garoppolo is definitely gone. So that's going to help out the cap quite a bit as we head into overtime here, 10-10. And I'll tell you what, I've gone through this game a little bit quicker, and you're seeing obviously some highlights. This game was not good. I would say both teams, it was poor play, not very good. Obviously 10-10, probably not the best game. Is that toss play? I like that a lot, actually. Tosses out to Taylor. He's got the first, and they're trying to put this into the end zone to end this game. But yeah, not the most well-played game for sure, as this one swung out, and that is going to do it as the Colts will win this game 16-10, and that ends up being another really, I would say, devastating loss. A lot of late-game losses this year for us, so hopefully we can turn that around and learn how to finish games. But that's going to be another loss. That'll get us to 6-10, and we'll have one game left in the season. And I'm going to tell you right now, probably the last game for that guy. I think we're going to have a new head coach as well. We got to change the philosophy of this team. We got to change things around. And I think it starts with a new head coach. I don't want McDaniels here anymore. I want a new offense. So I think that's where it starts. You can see the stats in this game, not good. Bernie with 13 total tackles. Merrick with 12 total tackles. So, I mean, I guess that's one positive of this game. But other than that, it wasn't that great of a game at all. Christopher Smith got more playing time. He had 9 total tackles. I still wish they would work on the solo tackles. Obviously, you see, if you ever look at stats defensively, guys are going to have way more solos than assisted. But in Madden, for some apparent reason, when it comes to user games, they love assisted tackles. I don't understand. So I wish they would always fix the solo tackle thing for users, but that's probably never going to happen. With a little thing like that in Madden, probably not. So let's get into this last game here against Denver, who, we saw them all the way back in week number 1. I think we were down, 28-10 at one point, came back and won, but obviously now, I guess Denver is still alive here with a chance, but for us, it's, done for. And a 3rd and 14 is going to be coming up after a nice sack there from Phillips, knocking back Russell Wilson. So 3rd and 14 going empty set. Wilson setting up a screen to Hamler, and he gets a great block, and then he's got running room for days, as he will be all the way up to the 39-yard line and a Denver Broncos first down. This is where really the time to really impress, to show that you still want to be on this team next year. See some guys step up as, oh man, that's tough. You're covering a wide receiver on the outside linebacker. Wasn't too bad. It was just a really good throw there from Russell Wilson. But yeah, time to step up. Mari Burney looks like he's got that spot. Max Crosby's still playing very hard here, but that's going to get through, and that's going to be a touchdown for Denver as they go right down the field there. Big 3rd down conversion, and Cortland Sutton will get this team on the board first, 7-0 lead. And I would say for O'Connell, this is big, as that's a nice throw there to Michael Mayer for the grab and a first down. Because if he can, last game wasn't the greatest, but if you can impress, that he's going to go down. If you can impress here this last game, you can at least go into next season maybe as possibly the starter going in. Now, that doesn't guarantee you're going to win that position, but he can at least go in as the number 1 QB. But it does not work out there. Start this second quarter. Wilson to throw. Looking underneath, caught, and there is our guy again, Amari Burney with the tackle. It's going to set up a 3rd and short. See what they do here. Decide to go with the run. Nope, play action. Wilson has a man open down the field, and Sutton's going to have his 2nd touchdown of the game. Perfect play call on a 3rd and short. Thought they're going to run it. Guys get beat deep in the secondary. We've seen that all year, and it's a 14-0 lead here for Denver as Jacobs with the carry. I think he's just over 1,000 yards this year. That is at least something good to see. As O'Connell looking, firing over the middle. That's going to be Devontae Adams. So, yeah, this could be Adams right here. This could be his final game as a Raider. As probably going to get traded. I just think we need the picks. We could probably squeeze out a first rounder. He's still that talented of a receiver. Down the field looking for Myers. It's going to fall incomplete. He's that talented of a receiver. And you have a team desperate enough, we can probably get another first-round pick. We already have the 1. So we can get 2 because this draft, looking at the draft class, there's definitely right now a lot of guys up there that seem promising. And I'm thinking, I would love to acquire another one to just continue to add the talent to this team. This is going to be a big draft class. Usually first year always is, as Jacobs is in for the touchdown. This is obviously a big year. I mean, you got to get it rolling right away here, and get this first draft class underway and hit on at least, I would say, 3 to 4 guys. You want to have, I would say, 2 mainstays, and then if you have like your solid players, and your 3rd and 4th round guys that are like definitely starters, could possibly make Pro Bowls, but solid starters, that's what you want to see. Is Russell Wilson's going to take off, and Wilson will have a good run up to the 46-yard line. So that's what we'll be looking forward to in this offseason. We'll see. And Sutton breaks it off. He just made 2 guys easily miss. He's going to be gone for another touchdown. Wow. Unbelievable play there. Defense looking bad. You can see, I think a lot of our guys are ready just to get out of here. Oh, that's no good. And that's not on O'Connell. That's not on the pass. That is the route from Trey Tucker. He just stopped running. So he is supposed to cut in and out, and he gets held up a little bit, but then instead of just going through it, just go through it, keep going to the outside, he just stops. And of course, it's going to read that he's there, so by the time you make the throw, it's going to throw right to the defender. So that's great. So you can see, I think our guys are ready to take a vacation, but maybe not a couple of them. As Divine Diablo, who's had a fantastic season, comes through with the nice stop. And a 3rd and 18. And there we go. We'll get another sack. Why not? Blind Nichols with the sack. And maybe knocks him out of field goal range. And hey, still playing. I guess some of the defensive players are still playing tough offense. Not too much. Is O'Connell down the field. And Michael Mayer with a nice grab. And he's got a first down. We'll take that one down 24-7. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we have another comeback here against this Broncos team, as Myers can't hang on to that one. It's going to fall incomplete. Nice hit there from Pat Surtain. Outside, Mayer breaks off a tackle, keeps the legs driving, has the first down here. 7 minutes left in this third quarter, down 17, trying to put one in here. 2nd and 9, O'Connell. Man, that could have been a touchdown to Mayer. Misses him again. He's having troubles with those throws to the outside. As he fires quickly, it's going to fall incomplete. And a 4th down and 9. You know what? You just might. I mean, field goal puts it within 14, but why not? Let's just go for it here. You got nothing to lose. O'Connell and misses him there. And that is going to fall incomplete. Turnover on downs. Let's see what Denver can do about it. Wilson going up top. Jerry Jeudy. Nice play there by Christian Fulton. Here's another guy, do we bring back? His contract is going to be up. We traded for him in that Chandler Jones deal, as that is just wide open. We knew it was kind of a 1-year rental just to see what he can do. Maybe we bring him back. It's going to be the top priority, I would say, cornerback. Oh man, Russell Wilson just gets absolutely demolished there by Tyree Wilson. Man, what a hit. But corner's going to be revamped for sure. We got to bring in a lot of guys to try to revamp the cornerback position. There is definitely talent in the draft. That is where I'm looking first and foremost. No doubt about it. There is top guys there, and I think if we can bring in at least one of those guys and maybe a later round corner, because it is deep. The corner position is deep this draft, as Justin Simmons is going to pick that one off. So we kind of lucked out on that one. The position we definitely need. So if we can get somebody in the first round, get a later round pick, maybe sign a free agent or two, and then you got Jacorian Bennett still in there. And so I don't know. I think if we can just keep going that one, I think bring in as much talent as possible. I am fine with that. As that's underneath, that's going to fall incomplete. Nice defensive play there. But yeah, it's one of those positions I've always said. You can never have enough. I feel like corners, you can just never have enough guys. And I would say pass rushers are the same. You can really just never have enough pass rushers. And I would say probably wide receivers. You could just never have enough running backs too. But wide receivers, same thing. I mean, I just feel like you'd never have enough. But corners for me are number one. If you have like 7 corners on the roster, that is perfectly fine. I mean, you can play nickel, dime, switch guys up every now and then. Obviously, injuries. It's one of those positions that if you don't have a deep roster and you suffer injuries, good luck. You're going to be throwing guys out there that are just going to get absolutely torched on a daily, all the time. So that's not what you want. As we're looking out there, as that was intended for Michael Mayer, and Zuber is there to have the reception. Catch is, here's a guy get a little bit of playing time when probably will not be on the team here next year. Setting up a screen. Mitchell to the outside. And he will be close. 3rd and 4 now from the 7-yard line. We're going empty set here. O'Connell looking. Has a man open. It is caught, and that's a first down. Trey Tucker down to the 1-yard line, but we got backed up. Fire this quickly, and that's going to fall incomplete. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal here. Might be the last ditch effort here just to get some points on the board. 4th and goal. O'Connell looking, fires to the outside. That's going to fall incomplete. And I would say pretty much going to do it. As Denver is going to win this game. Once again, the offense was, I would say, abysmal in this game. Maybe even worse than the Indy game. As Denver, 27-7 victory as they end the season with a W. I'm not sure if they'll be into the playoffs where we end the season with, 4 straight losses. So there you go. That's going to be, 6-11. Yeah, Jacobs didn't really do much. We took him out in the second half. There's just, second half, it was like, let's get some of these guys in, see what they got. No really reason to keep everybody in there. Diablo with the sack. We had 4 sacks in that game. Not too bad. So here are the final stats for the season. Garoppolo, 2,270 yards, so many injuries, 14 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 54 completion percentage. Just can never get it going with Garoppolo. Just never could. Aiden O'Connell, he had some games where he looked good, and then he had some games where he just looked absolutely awful. And that's a rookie for you. Obviously, he'll have a chance next year. Jacobs does get over 1,000. Man, he had 15 touchdowns there. So, I mean, still a really good season for him, for Josh Jacobs. Averaging 6 a carry. Zamir White, not too bad. After that first game where he had over 100 yards, carries got a little less. Keaton Mitchell comes in, kind of steals some carries for him. Had a solid, season for him coming off the practice squad from Baltimore. So, obviously, we're just hoping Jacob stays healthy next year. Devontae Adams did reach over 1,000 yards. Another guy, if he would have stayed healthy, would have had a much bigger season. Only 6 touchdowns. Renfro fell short of 1,000, but still a solid season for him. Michael Mayer, rookie season, 48 catches, 607, 4 touchdowns. I think he looked really good, and same thing for him. Injured, didn't play every game this year. We just need to stay a little bit healthy. Jacoby Myers, I hopefully can get him more involved. Him and Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker, I think came on late. That was good to see. So with him, Myers, if we do get rid of Adams, Myers is going to definitely have to step up. Merrick leads us in tackles with 115 total. Diablo with 110. Epps with 100. Actually, Bernie ended up with, I can see down below, 73 total tackles. So that is, what did he play did he play 10 games? So that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. He has 4 sacks as well. There's Jacorian Bennett. Crosby. Tyree Wilson ended up with 42 total tackles, but he had 15 tackles for loss. Crosby led us with 21 TFLs. Diablo with 19. Spillane with 17. And Bernie actually had 16. So that's what I'm saying. He could be up there for Rookie of the Year considerations. Sacks, it's going to be Crosby with 9, so we didn't have anybody in double digits. Crosby, I'm hoping next year he's going to just have, maybe this was just his down year. And then obviously pair him with Tyree Wilson. Hopefully Wilson has a better second season. He only had 6 this year. I'm just looking for more pressure. We just didn't see it. There was no consistent pressure. And then when you don't have consistent pressure and you have a weak secondary, it's not going to add up to very good things. Just going to tell you that. Peters led us with picks. He's one of those guys, do I bring back? Because I don't know. He's the best corner on the team. But same thing, aging veteran. Do you want to bring him back to kind of take a position away from somebody? I'm not sure. Carlson, 29-30 on the season, just misses 1 field goal. Perfect and on extra points. I mean, probably should be kicker of the year. We'll see. Let's take a look at the league leaders. Mahomes leads in passing yards, just falling short of 5,000 yards. And you can see the touchdown numbers. Ridiculous numbers for Patrick Mahomes. He's going to win another MVP. No doubt about it. Let's go to the yards. Burrow right behind him. Justin Herbert. You're kind of normal guys. There's actually, I would say the passing yards are pretty low. You only have four guys over 4,000 yards? That's pretty low. I'm surprised by that. Let's see. You got Bryce Young there. Let's see what the rookie guy. Stafford was 16 and 14. Young had 20 touchdowns, but yeah, 51 from Mahomes. Oh, man. Burrow with 38 and 4. I mean, some of these touchdown to interception ratios are absolutely insane. You had Dak with 31 and 3. Hurts had 31 and 4. Brock Purdy 31 and 9. Josh Allen with 30 touchdowns. Lamar at 29 and 5. A lot of touchdowns, not a lot of yards. Goff actually threw 12 picks. That is actually surprising. He has been solid. Mac Jones, 21 interceptions. That might lead the league. I think New England's got to be looking for another quarterback. I think they definitely do. 100% looking another direction for quarterback. Tua only threw 16 touchdowns. He must have been hurt. McCaffrey leads in rushing yards, nearly 1,500. So he wins the rushing title, averages 5.2 a carry. Elliott, the guy never goes away. I mean, I think Madden just loves him. Dalvin Cook, there's Joe Mixon, Chubb, Bijan up there. I would love. That's why, to me, it was almost close to a Falcons franchise. I think there's a lot of people like that because of Bijan. I mean, so much fun just to, definitely play with a guy like that. But Jacobs is obviously always fun. And I still, like I said, I can't wait to hopefully play a full season with him. Pacheco and Mixon with 16 touchdowns. Yeah, we were right there with 15. We run off the lead. I mean, Jalen Hurts had 13 touchdowns rushing. Jeez. If we can have a nice full season with Josh Jacobs, I think we could lead the league in rushing again. And we have a lot of touchdowns. But look at this season from Travis Kelce. 117 catches, leads the NFL, everybody. Man, I believe he leads in yards too. Jordan Addison right there with 103 and Christian Watson with 102. Garrett Wilson up there in 97. CeeDee Lamb, you got Devontae Smith, T. Higgins, Stephon Diggs, Gerald Everett up there. Everett obviously destroyed us. Gallup, A.J. Brown, Drake London, Jake Ferguson having a really good year, and Rondale Moore, Rashee Rice, who destroyed us, and we'll see more of him coming up next season. Keenan Allen could be gone. He could be a free agent. But Kelce, man, leads the league in receiving yards as well. See, that's what you get with the passing yards down. The receiving yards are down as well. Some of these guys, I would say, have to be in the 1,600s. There's no doubt about it. Or higher. I would think so. But Travis Kelce, unbelievable season. He is tough to stop. There is no doubt about it. And yeah, he leads in touchdowns. 16 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb with 13. Tyler Boyd with 13. Debo up there. Christian Kirk. Cedric Wilson. There's OBJ there with 9. A bunch of guys there with 9. Conklin had 9 touchdowns. Wow. Pitts with 9. So there's your receiving stats. Demario Davis is going to lead in total tackles. Walker, Christian Kirksey. There's C.J. Mosley, Damian Wilson, Jerome Baker, Nick Bolton, and Logan Wilson. Chris Jones leads in sacks with Aaron Donald. No surprise there, 18.5. Parsons, Von Miller, DeForest Buckner, Joey Bosa with 13.5. There's Nick Bosa, Judon. Kind of your normal names for sure. Zach Allen up there. Khalil Mack having a nice research, and Ojulari over 10 sacks. Vita Vea with 10.5. Josh Allen just short at 9.5. And Marlon Humphrey's going to lead in picks. Jalen Petrie there with 6. Sauce Gardner 6. And Patrick Queen with 6 interceptions. Good for Patrick Queen. Might be earning himself a new contract. So that is going to bring us to the offseason. I will not get through. I'm going to wait. We'll just take a look at the final standings. We'll look at the playoff scenario, like the bracket and everything. I'm not going to go through the playoffs here. We'll wait probably to the offseason to get through that. But the Philadelphia Eagles have won 15 in a row. You can see they're best team in the league. Cincinnati at 14-3. They're going to win the AFC North. Ravens 13-4 will be a wild card team. Steelers and Browns both finish at 6-11. So they are out. Man, the Ravens only allowed 278 points. That's pretty low. Titans go 13-4. They win that division pretty easily. Jaguars at 9-8 miss out. Colts at 8-9 miss out. And obviously the Texans at 4-13. Jets at 11-6 win that division. They have won 9 in a row. Bills at 10-7. So they overtake the Bills, win the AFC East. Dolphins miss out at 8-9. And the Patriots at 7-10. Man, that's offense team. I guess the defense, yeah, they allow 422, but man, I mean, Tua probably was unhealthy. That's really what happened there. Chargers win this division at 14-3. Chiefs at 11-6. Broncos at 9-8 miss out. And obviously we finish 6-11. So the Chargers now, the top dog in the AFC West. We'll see what they do in the playoffs. NFC North won by the Vikings at 8-9. Just pathetic. Bears at 7-10. Packers at 7-10. And the Lions finished 6-11. Man. Falcons at 13-4. You got the Panthers at 8-9. And the Tampa Bay Bucks at 1-16. Saints made the playoffs as well as 8-9. They're going to have the number 1 pick. So Tampa Bay will have the number 1 pick. In the East, Eagles obviously saw best team in the NFL, 15-2. Cowboys at 13-4. Get a wild card berth. Giants at 6-11. And the Commanders at 5-12 will definitely miss out there. And in the West, the 49ers 11-6. I mean, they won that division a long time ago. Because Arizona 5-12, Seahawks and Rams also 5-12. So they clinched that weeks ago. Here's your bracket. You got Buffalo going to Cincinnati. What a matchup there. Kansas City going to Tennessee. Big time matchup. These AFC matchups are good. Ravens going to the Jets. In the NFC, you got the Saints going to the Falcons. Division rival there. Panthers going to the 49ers. And you got the Cowboys going to Minnesota. And you got the Eagles and Chargers waiting in the wings. Who's your favorite? Who you got? I mean, it's tough to not to go against Kansas City. But we're going to make some coaching moves. Offensive coordinator is going to be gone. We're getting here. Already got Black Monday here, right here. Starling, he has been fired. So, new offensive coordinator will obviously brought in. And defensive coordinator as well. Roy Walker, yeah, it's time to go. He will be fired as well. So Roy Walker is gone. Obviously, player personnel can't really do anything about that. So, offense and defensive coordinators are gone. And now it's going to be Josh McDaniels who will be fired. And we're going to bring in a new head coach. Who's that head coach going to be? Well, we're about to find out here in a split second. Who's going to be the new head coach of this Las Vegas Raiders team? It is definitely a familiar face of this, I would say, division. A guy that's been around everybody. So we are going to give him a total chance. A guy that's probably deserved a chance for years to come. And finally going to get his chance here in Las Vegas. And that guy is going to be... It is Eric Bieniemy. There you go. If you guessed it real quick. You might have guessed it by the little clues. But Eric Bieniemy, the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, comes over, knows... Obviously, this division being with Kansas City so many years, building up Patrick Mahomes and being that Super Bowl winner, and hopefully he can bring that here to Vegas as we bring in a new quarterback, new regime, new philosophy here in Vegas, and I just cannot wait. So that'll be the offseason coming up next. Man, I cannot wait to get into this first offseason, build this team, and really bring talent here and hopefully be able to compete with the other teams in the AFC, but that is going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the support. Everybody out there, thank you so much. Everybody new at subscribed here, thank you so much. You guys are fantastic. Hit that like button. Subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.